Let me make something crystal clear. You've been lied to your whole life. From the day you were born, society has fed you comfort, distractions, and excuses. Just be a good person, work a 9 to 5, save a little, pray and everything will be fine. Oh, guess what? That's the formula for mediocrity. That's the blueprint for average. And average is the slowest form of death. The only belief system that delivers results every single time is hustle, not hope, not wishing, not blind faith. Hustle, action, movement, precision, work. You either get up and outwork every man around you, or you sit down and be forgotten. Those are your only two options in this game. People cry about being broke, being lonely, being stuck, and then they scroll Instagram for 4 hours, watch Netflix all night, and sleep in like they've earned rest. You haven't earned rest. You've earned a wake-up call. Hustling is not just about making money. It's about reclaiming control. Control of your time. Control of your body. Control of your mind. Control of your life. You want freedom. Hustle. You want respect. Hustle. You want peace of mind. Hustle until your bank account is louder than your anxiety. The grind doesn't care if you're tired. It doesn't care about your background, your problems, or your feelings. It respects one thing, effort. It rewards one thing, discipline. If you're still waiting for the world to hand you something, wake up. This world owes you nothing. Hustle is the only religion that pays back every single prayer in full with interest if you're willing to put the work in. Don't worship weakness. Don't praise laziness. Believe in the grind, because the grind believes in results. Now go out there and earn your life. Comfort is the biggest lie you've been sold, and it's killing your potential one soft pillow and warm excuse at a time. From childhood, you've been conditioned to believe that a comfortable life is a successful life. That if you just find a decent job, get a house with a mortgage, settle into a routine, and avoid risk, somehow happiness will greet you at the finish line. But that's not the truth. That's a fantasy sold to you by people who gave up on greatness and needed company in their mediocrity. Comfort isn't safety. It's stagnation dressed up as peace. It's the slow erosion of ambition, the silent killer of dreams. The moment you start choosing ease over effort, you've signed a silent contract to remain ordinary. Let's break this down. Comfort zones are not built to protect you. They're built to contain you. They're a psychological trap, a cage made of habits and lies, designed to keep you predictable, soft, and average. You don't grow in comfort. You rot. You become the person who talks about what they could have done, should have started, or almost made happen. The world is full of those people. The world is not built by them. It's built by those who chase discomfort with open arms. Pain, struggle, challenge, those are the architects of greatness. Every man who has built something worth remembering how to go through seasons of absolute hell. He didn't escape discomfort. He married it. He lived in it. And he used it as fuel to burn through every excuse in his way. Comfort is seductive because it tells you you're okay. It tells you to rest when you haven't earned it. It says, take it easy. You'll get there eventually. But eventually never comes for people who wait. Eventually is the lie that kills your urgency. And urgency is everything. A man with urgency works when others rest. He sharpens his skills when others sleep. He studies when others party. He builds when others break. And because of that, he becomes unstoppable. That's what comfort robs you of. The sharpness, the edge, the fire that separates lions from lambs. You've got to be honest with yourself. If you're not where you want to be in life, comfort is probably the reason. You're probably too comfortable with your routine, too used to saying, maybe later. Too addicted to the false dopamine hits of cheap pleasure. You scroll through success on your phone instead of building it in your life. You watch people win and call them lucky when the only real luck they had was the courage to get uncomfortable daily. Comfort tells you failure is bad, that it's embarrassing. But failure is data. Failure is proof that you're in motion, that you're testing limits. Comfortable people avoid failure. And because of that, they avoid all their potential too. They never break, but they never rise either. uncomfortable people. They break, rebuild, rise stronger, and repeat the cycle until nothing can stop them. They become battle-tested, resilient, dangerous. And in today's world, being dangerous in your discipline, mindset, and ambition is the only way to truly live free. So burn the comfort. Torch it. Take cold showers. Wake up early. Chase things that make your heart race and your palms sweat. Speak when your voice shakes. Move when your body wants to rest. Stop waiting for motivation. Use discipline instead. Your future self isn't begging for peace. He's begging for progress. And progress never came from comfort. Comfort is a graveyard for greatness. And the worst part is, it feels so good that you don't even realize you're dying in it until it's too late. Hustle is a universal language, one that cuts across borders, backgrounds, and beliefs, speaking to every person who understands what it means to grind and strive. It's the only true equalizer in a world full of inequality. No matter where you come from, what your skin color is, or what religion you follow, the hustle doesn't discriminate. The grind only respects one thing: effort. It doesn't care about your excuses, your story, or your comfort zone. If you put in the work, you earn your place. That's a rule as old as time itself. Think about money, success, progress. None of those things are handed out like charity. They're earned through sweat, sacrifice, and sleepless nights. And that earning process, it speaks a language that every successful person understands without needing translation. The grind doesn't ask who you are. It asks how badly you want it. If you speak the language of hustle, doors open. If you don't, they stay closed. That's the harsh but simple truth. Hustling also breaks down all the barriers that society often tries to build. It doesn't matter if you grew up in the richest neighborhood or the toughest streets. It doesn't matter if you went to the best schools or never finished high school. When you hustle, you tap into a universal currency, effort, that transcends those differences. The more effort you put in, the more the universe rewards you. There's no special treatment for anyone, only the raw exchange of work for results. This language of hustle is also a language of self-reliance. It teaches you that no one is coming to save you, no magic fairy will drop success in your lap, and no one owes you a living. You learn to depend on yourself, to build your own foundation, and to push forward even when the world doubts you. That self-dependence is powerful because it frees you from waiting for permission or validation. You become the architect of your own destiny. It's important to understand that hustle is not just about working harder. It's about working smarter, with intention and relentless focus. The world is full of people who work hard but lack direction, who are busy but ineffective. The true language of hustle is spoken by those who combine effort with strategy, who relentlessly pursue their goals with precision. This combination creates unstoppable momentum. Finally, hustling as a universal language reminds us that success is not a lottery win or a random gift. It is the natural outcome of consistent, disciplined effort. Every culture has stories of heroes who rose from nothing because they refused to quit, because they kept speaking the language of hustle louder than any doubt or distraction. When you understand this, you realize that hustle isn't just a choice. It's a necessity. It's the only way to rise above the noise and claim your place in a world that only respects action. Money solves 99% of the problems you're praying about, and it's time to face that truth without any sugarcoating. People spend hours on their knees, hoping for miracles, blessings, or some divine intervention to fix their lives. But while prayer can offer peace or comfort, it's action, and more specifically financial power, that creates real, tangible change. When you're broke, praying doesn't pay the bills, fix your car, or open doors to new opportunities. Money does. It buys freedom, security, and options. It's the tool that transforms dreams into reality. Look around. Most of the issues people face, stress, healthcare, housing, education, safety, have price tags attached. Yes, there are problems beyond money, but the vast majority of daily struggles come down to resources. The stress of debt disappears when you have enough cash to pay it off. The worry about bills stops when your bank account has cushion. The barriers to quality healthcare and education crumble when money isn't a problem. This isn't materialism, it's practicality. Money is the fuel for the engine of progress, and without it, even the best intentions stall. Praying without hustle is like waiting for rain in a drought and refusing to dig a well. It's passive, reactive, and at the mercy of forces outside your control. Hustling, on the other hand, puts you in the driver's seat. It means you're actively working to fill your pockets, build your skills, and stack your resources. It means you're taking responsibility instead of hoping for a handout. Hustle multiplies what you have, creates new opportunities, and makes you a force that circumstances must reckon with. This isn't to say prayer has no place. Many successful people combine faith with furious work ethic. But faith without effort is fantasy. Prayer without hustle is wishful thinking. The world doesn't owe you a miracle, it rewards results. If you want to solve your problems, the most reliable religion to follow is one that demands action, sacrifice, and relentless effort. Hustling turns prayers into plans and plans into paychecks. It's also important to realize that money gives you choices and choices give you power. When you have money, you're not stuck in toxic environments or bad relationships because you can afford to walk away. You're not forced to accept jobs that drain you because you have a safety net to pursue something better. You can invest in your health, your education, and your future. Money doesn't guarantee happiness, but it buys the peace of mind that prayer alone can't deliver. The harsh reality is that the world is transactional. You give effort, you get money. You spend money, you solve problems. You save money, you build security. This cycle is the foundation for freedom and success. So stop waiting for a divine sign or miracle. Start putting in the work. Hustle with the faith that your effort, combined with your prayers, will create the life you want. Because at the end of the day, money solves the vast majority of problems you're asking the universe to fix. Hustle is the path to that money. Hard work is a belief system, and it's one of the most powerful philosophies you can adopt to change your life completely. Unlike vague hopes or empty wishes, hard work demands commitment, consistency, and sacrifice. It requires you to believe that every effort you put in today builds the foundation for your future success. This belief system doesn't promise instant rewards or easy wins. Instead, it teaches that greatness is earned through persistent action, no matter how small the steps may seem. If you embrace hard work as your guiding principle, you're subscribing to a religion of relentless progress, where discipline and effort are your rituals. Think about it this way: people who succeed don't stumble into their victories by accident. They develop a mindset where work is not a burden, but a daily practice, something they do even when motivation fades. This belief in the process is what separates winners from dreamers. The difference isn't talent or luck, it's the willingness to show up every day, grind through challenges, and outwork the competition. Hard work demands that you keep moving forward, even when results aren't immediate or obvious. You learn to trust the process, knowing that every hour spent owning your skills, every sacrifice made, and every moment of discomfort is an investment in your ultimate success. This belief system also teaches resilience. Hard work means facing failures head on, learning from mistakes, and refusing to quit. It's about knowing that setbacks are temporary, and the real test is how you respond. Those who see hard work as a religion are not discouraged by failure. They see it as a stepping stone. They know that every setback contains a lesson, and every lesson is a chance to improve. This mindset turns obstacles into opportunities and pain into power. You begin to understand that the journey to success isn't linear or easy, but the belief in hard work keeps you moving forward no matter what. Moreover, hard work as a belief system requires accountability. It means taking full responsibility for your outcomes, good or bad, and never blaming others or external circumstances. This ownership gives you control over your destiny. When you believe in hard work, you stop waiting for the perfect moment, the right people, or ideal conditions. You take action with what you have, where you are, and keep pushing until you create the reality you want. This level of accountability builds confidence and self-reliance, key qualities that empower you to face any challenge without fear or hesitation. Hard work also fosters discipline, which is essential in a world full of distractions and temptations to quit. When you treat work as a belief, you develop routines and habits that support your goals. You learn to prioritize what matters and eliminate what doesn't. This discipline becomes your anchor during tough times and your compass when motivation wanes. Over time, the compound effect of disciplined effort produces extraordinary results. You start to see progress not as a lucky break, but as the natural outcome of your steadfast commitment. Finally, hard work creates a feedback loop of confidence and success. Every small win you earn through your efforts reinforces your belief that hard work pays off. This confidence fuels even greater effort, pushing you to set higher goals and tackle bigger challenges. It becomes a cycle of growth that continually elevates your standards and expands your potential. In this way, hard work is more than just physical effort. It's a mindset that transforms how you approach life, challenges, and success itself. Embracing hard work as your belief system means choosing to be relentless, resilient, and unwavering on the path to your dreams. Discipline is the foundation on which all lasting success is built, and without it, ambition is nothing more than wishful thinking. Many people mistake motivation for discipline, thinking that feeling inspired will carry them through the tough days. But motivation is fleeting. It's like the flicker of a candle in a storm, unreliable and easily snuffed out. Discipline, on the other hand, is the steady flame you build a fortress around. It's the ability to do what needs to be done, even when you don't want to, when your body aches, when your mind screams for rest or distraction. Discipline doesn't wait for the perfect mood or the ideal moment. It demands action now. The power of discipline lies in its consistency. Every great achievement in history wasn't the result of a single burst of energy, but the outcome of countless small actions repeated over time. Discipline turns daily habits into progress, and progress into results. It's the reason athletes train every day, even after winning championships. It's why successful entrepreneurs keep pushing after setbacks. Discipline transforms ordinary people into extraordinary ones by making excellence a habit rather than an event. Without discipline, goals remain dreams, and potential stays locked behind excuses. Moreover, discipline is freedom. Paradoxically, it is through strict self-control that you gain the freedom to live life on your own terms. When you master discipline, you stop being a slave to fleeting desires, impulses, and distractions. You learn to prioritize what truly matters and say no to what only wastes your time and energy. This kind of control over yourself is empowering. It builds confidence and clears the path toward your ambitions. People who lack discipline often find themselves stuck in cycles of procrastination and regret because they haven't built the internal framework to push past resistance. Discipline also fuels resilience. Life will test you with setbacks, failures, disappointments, and pain. Discipline equips you to endure these trials without breaking. It teaches you to keep showing up, keep grinding, and keep believing in your goals even when the world seems against you. This mental toughness is what separates those who succeed from those who give up. When you develop discipline, you build a shield against doubt and fatigue, allowing you to maintain focus and momentum through adversity. Another vital aspect of discipline is that it fosters respect, both self-respect and the respect of others. When you are disciplined, you honor your commitments, your goals, and your values. You prove to yourself that you can be trusted, and that trust creates an unshakable foundation for confidence. Others notice this reliability and determination, which often leads to opportunities, partnerships, and support. Discipline is magnetic because it signals strength and seriousness. Finally, discipline is the long game. It teaches patience and perseverance, reminding you that greatness is not achieved overnight, but through relentless effort and sacrifice. It means you can endure the grind, stay focused on your mission, and resist shortcuts or quick fixes that only undermine your progress. Discipline is the quiet force behind every success story, the unseen backbone that supports the visible triumphs. When you cultivate discipline as a core value, you build a life where your ambitions become inevitable realities. Sacrifice is the currency you pay when you decide to pursue greatness, and understanding its value is what separates the ordinary from the extraordinary. Every success story you admire is built on a foundation of sacrifices. Things given up, comforts abandoned, and distractions ignored in the relentless pursuit of a goal. Sacrifice demands that you put what you want most ahead of what you want now. It's about choosing delayed gratification over instant pleasure, long-term vision over short-term comfort. Without sacrifice, hustle is hollow. Effort becomes wasted energy. The reality is that time, energy, and focus are limited resources. You can't spend them on everything and expect to excel. Choosing to hustle means you must be willing to say no to social outings, to late nights of mindless entertainment, to distractions that keep you comfortable but not progressing. It means waking up early when others sleep in, grinding through fatigue when others quit, and staying committed when the path gets lonely. These sacrifices are painful in the moment, but priceless in the outcome. They forge character, build resilience, and create momentum. Sacrifice also means accepting that failure is part of the journey, and sometimes the price you pay includes setbacks and losses. Not every effort will yield immediate success. Some will cost you money, relationships, or self-confidence. But each sacrifice deepens your understanding of what it takes and sharpens your focus. It separates those who talk about dreams from those who live them. The willingness to sacrifice is proof of your seriousness. It signals to the universe and to yourself that you are all in. Furthermore, sacrifice builds perspective. When you consistently give up small comforts for bigger goals, you start appreciating the value of what you're working toward. You develop a mindset where temporary pain becomes acceptable because it leads to permanent gain. This perspective is crucial because it keeps you moving forward when motivation fades and doubts creep in. You understand that every sacrifice is an investment, and that investment pays dividends in the form of success, freedom, and fulfillment. The greatest achievers don't just sacrifice time and comfort, they sacrifice excuses. They refuse to let fear, doubt, or distractions derail them. They own their journey fully, knowing that every sacrifice is a step closer to mastery. This level of commitment requires mental toughness and clarity of purpose. When sacrifice becomes part of your hustle's DNA, you stop looking for shortcuts or easy wins. Instead, you embrace the grind fully, knowing it's the only way to achieve lasting greatness. Ultimately, sacrifice is the invisible price tag on every achievement. It's the hard truth that no one talks about enough. If you want to reach heights most only dream of, you have to be willing to pay that price without complaint. Because in the religion of hustle, sacrifice is the ritual, and without it, you'll never truly belong.